When you think of Zeus, what's the first image that pops into your head? A powerful bearded figure on a throne, hurling lightning bolts from the sky, right? While that's definitely part of his brand, it's like saying a smartphone is just for making calls. There's so much more to the king of the gods. And today, we're going to peel back the layers of myth to uncover the real Zeus. Get ready, because the story of his rise, his reign, and his legacy is more dramatic, complex, and frankly, more scandalous than any reality TV show you've ever seen. Let's rewind to the very beginning. Before Zeus ruled Olympus, the cosmos was under the tyrannical grip of his father, Cronus. Now Cronus had a rather unpleasant habit. He devoured his children as soon as they were born, fearing a prophecy that one of them would overthrow him. But his wife, Rhea, wasn't having it. When her youngest, Zeus, was born, she tricked Cronus by swapping the baby for a rock wrapped in swaddling clothes. While Cronus was trying to digest a boulder, Zeus was whisked away to the island of Crete and raised in secret. This wasn't just a story about a baby hiding in a cave. This was the start of a revolution. Once grown, Zeus returned with a vengeance. He didn't just challenge his father, he orchestrated a brilliant plan. First, he tricked Cronus into disgorging his siblings, Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon. Imagine that family reunion. This act alone established Zeus, not just as a powerhouse, but as a liberator. But freeing his siblings was just the opening act. The main event was the Titanomachy, a 10-year, all-out war between the new generation of gods and the old guard, the Titans. This was a conflict of cosmic proportions. The earth shook, the heavens roared, and the fate of the universe hung in the balance. Zeus and his siblings fought from Mount Olympus, while the Titans fought from Mount Overthrew. The war was at a stalemate until Zeus made a game-changing move. He descended into the depths of Tartarus and freed the Cyclopes and the Hundred-Handed Ones, monstrous beings imprisoned by Cronus. In gratitude, the Cyclopes forged legendary weapons for the gods. For Hades, the Helm of Darkness. For Poseidon, the Trident. And for Zeus, his signature weapon, the thunder and lightning bolts. With this new firepower and these fearsome allies, the tide turned. The Olympians were victorious, and the Titans were cast down into Tartarus. After the war, the three brothers Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades drew lots to divide the cosmos. Poseidon got the sea, Hades got the underworld, and Zeus got the sky and the heavens. Becoming the undisputed king of the gods, but being king wasn't just about sitting on a throne and looking majestic. Zeus's role was to maintain order, justice, and balance in the world. He was the great arbiter, the one who enforced oaths and protected guests, a concept the Greeks called Zeus. If you wronged a guest under your roof, you weren't just being rude. You were directly offending Zeus, and that was a very, very bad idea. This role, as the upholder of divine law, is crucial to understanding him. He wasn't just raw power. He was the structure that held the mortal and divine worlds together. But let's be honest, we can't talk about Zeus without talking about his complicated personal life. For a god of order and justice, his romantic pursuits were anything but orderly. His official wife was his sister, Hera, the queen of the gods and the goddess of marriage. Theirs was a stormy relationship, to say the least, filled with jealousy and epic arguments that could literally shake the heavens. Why? Because Zeus was notoriously unfaithful. His list of affairs is longer than the Trojan War. He pursued goddesses, nymphs, and mortal women with a relentless and often deceptive passion. This is where we see the many faces of Zeus. He wasn't just a lover, he was a master of disguise. To woo his targets, he transformed into all sorts of things: a swan, a bull, a shower of gold, even the woman's own husband. It's easy to see him as a villain in these stories, a divine predator. And in many ways, he was. These myths highlight a darker, more impulsive, and frankly, more problematic side to his character. They served as cautionary tales about the abuse of power and the chaos that desire can unleash. His betrayal of Hera and countless others is a central theme in Greek mythology, driving countless plots and conflicts. And the consequences of these affairs. An absolutely legendary lineup of offspring. Zeus's children are a who's who of Greek mythology. With the goddess Leto, he fathered the divine twins, Apollo, the god of music and prophecy, and Artemis, the goddess of the hunt. With the mortal woman, Alcmene, he fathered Heracles, or Hercules, the greatest hero of them all. His affair with Danae, where he came to her as a shower of gold, resulted in the hero Perseus, the guy who defeated Medusa. With his wife Hera, he had Ares, the god of war, and in one of the strangest births ever, he swallowed the goddess Metis, and later gave birth to Athena, the goddess of wisdom, who sprang fully formed from his head. Each of these children inherited a piece of his power and complexity, and their stories shaped the very fabric of the Greek world. From the wise counsel of Athena to the heroic deeds of Heracles, Zeus's legacy lived on through his descendants. These myths weren't just soap operas, they were a way for the ancient Greeks to explore themes of destiny, heritage, and the divine spark within humanity. By fathering so many heroes, Zeus was seen as a progenitor of greatness, a divine ancestor to many of the noble families of Greece. So, when we look at the complete picture, is Zeus just a thunder god? Absolutely not. The lightning bolt is just a symbol of his immense power, but his true influence is far more subtle and profound. He is the liberator who overthrew tyranny. He is the king who established cosmic law and order. He is the flawed husband whose passions created chaos and strife. And he is the prolific father whose children became the greatest gods and heroes of their age. Zeus represents the ultimate paradox of power, the capacity for both incredible creation and devastating destruction, for establishing order and succumbing to personal chaos. He is the embodiment of authority, fatherhood, justice, and desire, all rolled into one complex, fascinating, and eternally relevant figure. His story is a timeless exploration of what it means to hold ultimate power, and the eternal struggle between responsibility and personal impulse. He is far more than just a lightning bolt. He is the very heart of Greek mythology. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the world of Zeus. If you enjoyed this journey through myth and legend, please hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure. Let me know in the comments which mythological figure you'd like to see us explore next. Until then, stay curious.